Okay. Um, all right. First of all, I'd like to thank you very much for what you do. Um, this isn't. This isn't. This has to do with a prosecutor. Um, what I can't imagine is anything else than an end run around the right to a speedy trial, or what they call the 180-day rule here in South Dakota. Okay, so my wife's charged with a pretty well. She was charged with the aiding and abetting of a kidnapping, second degree kidnapping, I think, which had to do with our granddaughter trying to that me trying to keep my granddaughter safe. So I mean, my wife and I both know that that state doesn't have any evidence, and we've been told by a former state's attorney and different attorneys that it was clear that Chad, that's the prosecutor in Clark County, South Dakota. I went to high school with him. Whatever. Um, it was charging her for leverage on me, and that's now that the plea agreement's coming out. I mean, it's pretty obvious that that's what happened, but which is disgusting on its face. But uh, we know that they don't have any evidence because I never when when Brooklyn and I, my granddaughter, and this wasn't a fluke thing. We've got plenty of reason to have feared for the safety and the development of my little girl, our little girl, with her mother, who we had no contact with for over 6 years. When she came with a lawyer and got the guardianship dissolved. Um, okay, so her lawyer, which we give a heck of a bunch of money to, hasn't done anything. But anyway, she was charged and with aiding and abetting or something like that, and she never knew where we were at because I kept her clean on for good obvious reasons, but uh, the 6 months was coming up. Her lawyer sent an email, here, sign this waiver, and we both talked about it and said, well, why would we do that? Um, why would we do that? And her lawyer was give us all this runaround, but anyway, we refused it, and the last day that before the next week's the Friday before the Monday's jury trial was scheduled, uh, the prosecutor through her lawyer says, well, if you don't waive your right, going to dismiss this charge and charge you with the same thing that I'm charged with. So if you don't waive your right to a speedy trial, going to dismiss this and charge you with worse stuff. Well, we didn't submit to that, and that's just what he did. Now, if it, I mean, I haven't. The only decent lawyer I've talked to, I mean, as far as being honest, is a former state's attorney up in Day County, just a county just north of us, and he doesn't admit it, but I know the reason that he stepped down from state's attorney. He just couldn't stand it. I mean, how it's gotten in South Dakota here, as far as I think you know what I mean. But anyway, is this? And I call the state's or this attorney general's office. You can't get anybody to say anything. Is this? What do you think? I would like to hear your opinion. I know you can't. This isn't no spotlight thing because it's not like some poor devil getting shot or all this heinous stuff that the police are doing around the country. But it's that's something that the judge says before, when they reading out their when they talking to everybody in the courtroom. These are your rights. You got the right to a speedy trial. You're presumed innocent. Well, that's all really bullshit. And this goes to show that. I mean, is there anything? Is this is just the way it is? I mean, I guess this is just the way it is. This is what we gotta. If it is, well, I mean, I don't know. I would really like to hear what you have to say, and this is very serious for us. it's almost, well, it's almost, I mean, it's drained everything we have. And our little girl is, I mean, if you want to know more, it's hard to talk about, but what's happening to her is, they call her the victim, and she most certainly is. But anyway, I appreciate your time very much. I hope to hear from you. Thank you.